Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to January. No, hey, wanted to pop in here real quick and couple things. I want to celebrate our success for December real quick. Rather than having a big conference call, I figured I would jump on here and do a video call like we did before, so you guys can have this on your phones and watch it in between customers. But wanted to give you a shout out for December. Talk about where we performed against our two missions. Give some shout outs for the individual successes, and then talk a little bit about January's business and how we're doing. So I'll start off with December. So I want to thank you guys for a couple things in December. The first big thing I want to thank you for is your hard work, right? So like I said in my last video, working through December and November and the other busy months of the year are super tough. We're working sometimes 6-7 days a week. And then you're about to have a day off on a Wednesday and somebody calls in sick and you've got to go cover a shift at your store or another store or something else, right? And it's just a lot of work. So I wanted to thank you guys big time for all the effort, all the time away from your family, all the time for everything you guys do. And then in that, we had some tremendous results, right? It wasn't like you're worn out. I know you're tired, right? But it wasn't like you're super burnt out and not performing. So let's talk about our success. So in our division, we've got two big missions. Mission number one is to beat our local region, right? So we want to make sure that we are the number one partner in the region to align with our vision of being the most highly regarded T-Mobile partner in America. Our second mission is to beat our company. So let's talk about mission number one first. So mission number one, how do we pair up against Express, MSO, the core stores, right? We talk about that every day. Every day we're chasing those things down. And I want to give you an update on how we did. So in December, there are 7 companies that compete for the most highly regarded retailer here in the Carolinas, Georgia East region for T-Mobile. And we came in number 3 out of all 7 of those overall when you consider all things across the board from SIM starter kits to activations. So awesome job to you guys. We had some smaller wins in there too. So number 1 in accessory sales. So out of all, I think there's 16 or 17 different districts in all the different companies that compete here. Number 1 in overall accessory sales was Dennis McGrogan and his district down there in Charleston and Augusta. So super proud of your success with accessory sales. The number 1 district for all the districts in the region in BTS sales. So essentially, the highest paid was Eastern North Carolina and Evan Wood and his team out there. So to you guys, great job out there. You outpaced not only every other district in BTS for us, but for everybody else too. And then a big win for Chris Hoffman and the Charlotte East team over here in Charlotte. They ranked number 3 out of all the districts overall, right? So total business health across the board. Chris and team were number 1 across the entire T-Mobile region here in the Mid-Atlantic, and I think that's just fantastic. So overall, as a partner ranking, out of the 7 partners, we've ranked number 3, right? So we came in at the best score that we've ever come in at ever. Number 3 out of the 7 partners. We're up against Express, we're up against MSO. There are a couple of smaller ones in there, but the bad news is that Express edged us out just a tiny little bit due to traffic conversion. So in the month of January, we're not going to let that happen again. We're going to go get them starting today. But I wanted to give you an update and tell you December 2018 was the best month we had all year as a partner ranking, and I wanted to thank you guys for not only your hard work, but in mission number 1, doing a great job of beating these other guys, and we're just getting started. So I'm very excited to see what you do in January. So mission number 2, how did we do against the rest of our company? So we had another set of big wins too. We were number 1 in accessory sales in our company, which is huge. We are number 1 in beyond the smartphone sales as well in our company. We're number 2 in prepaid, and when you rank us overall in sales, we came in 3rd by the hair of our chinny chin chin. I mean, we were almost second. We were second all month long. And then at the very, very last second, the East Central Division, run by AJ Norman, slid in. I mean, we were like 0.875 to us 0.870. So it was half of 1,000th of a percent did they beat us by. And I'm really proud of you guys for that, because I call that a tie in my book. But still, great job. So how about the individual contributors? I want to give a shout out to the top district manager, top store managers, and top mobile experts in our division for the month of December. So number 1, we'll start with the district manager team. So number one, I alluded to him earlier, Chris Hoffman and team were number one in the Charlotte East for our division. Out of all 7 districts, Chris took the top spot there. So Chris and team out there, congratulations to you, man. Big shout out to the Charlotte East team and all the leaders out there. Keep up the great work. For our store managers, I'll go in reverse order, top 3. Number 3 store manager in our division comes from Fayetteville, North Carolina, out of our Rayford Road location. So Ty over there, Ty Williams, and her assistant manager, William Lee, really put the smackdown out there and had a great time coming in number 3, and they were also number 13 in the company. So great job coming in the top echelon of your class, and I'm really, really proud of you. Number 2 is a name we all know by now, Maya Bishop. So Miss Maya Bishop has been number 1 numerous times. She runs our TKK South Carolina store and is just a fierce leader out there. So she came in number 2, but she was also number 3 in the entire company. So number 2 in the Mid-Atlantic, number 3 in the entire company in sales. Big deal. Awesome job. And number 1 goes to a combined team. So Cassie Crooks is covering Irmo, South Carolina, and her store in Casey, South Carolina. But she also has a key holder in charge out there named Curtis Kessler, who is really out there kicking butt and taking names. And the 2 of them combined took the number 1 spot in the month of December in not only our region, and not only in my division, but they took the number 1 spot in the entire company. So to Cassie and to Curtis, great job to you guys. Side note on Curtis, he's also kind of trying out for that position. And he's also number 1 again in the Mid-Atlantic in January. Big time, green across the board. So we'll see how that shakes out. So going into, or actually before, I almost messed up, the top 3 mobile experts. So super excited about the top 3 mobile experts from an earning perspective. So how did we rank on this, right? These are the people who made, the top 3 mobile experts who made the most amount of money in the month of December. Number 3 was Shauna Brunson out of Simpsonville, South Carolina. So she did a great job out there. She was the 3rd highest earner in the entire division, making some money. Number 2 was James Wade out in Gate City Boulevard. So James Wade out there did a great job pumping out some commission. And then number 1 was William Lee from Ty's store, her assistant manager in Rayford Road. All 3 were multiple thousands of dollars. So very, very nice commission checks for mobile experts with a comment in them, and I'm very, very proud of them. So how are we doing in January? So in January, we're off to a good start already. We all have our KPI reports now for January. We're digging in to find out what's going on. The 2 big things I need really right off the bat are accessory sales and features, right? So I'm not going to spend too much time on that, but if you guys can help me with accessory sales and features, I would appreciate it. From there, I want to comment on the process, right? So we talk about this a lot, and it's posted in GroupMe all the time, and I think that sometimes parts of it are taken and parts of it are not, but across the region, we're seeing more and more and more people buy into this and begin to do it. From an operational perspective, you guys are great. From a sales perspective and helping our customers and customer service, you guys are great. How can we make even more money? So I didn't come up with this stuff, right? I looked around the country and I said, who are the best performing markets out there and what are they doing? So I called them up and we talked about what they're doing, and they're doing some of the stuff that we're doing, account audits, manager involvement, things like that. But they're doing additional things that are really becoming a T-Mobile staple, and our other partners around the region are doing it. It's part of the reason why Express was able to beat us by a hair in December. So some of those additional things are getting down and really getting granular with our door swings, making sure that we're counting our door swings and understanding whether it's an employee, a customer, the UPS guy, whomever, we're clicking them, and we know that for every 20 clicks, in order to lead an activation conversion, we need to do 2 new, 1 upgrade, and $80 in accessories. So we know that, right? So clicking those and being very granular, like counting down the yards and the first downs all the way to the touchdown, is super important to our success. The second thing is getting on the phone and dialing. The key to Express's activation conversion success in December was setting appointments. And we've been setting appointments all through November, all through December. They just did a little better job than we did, and they beat us for it. But guys, I am super motivated because you guys are doing this over and over and over. And today is a special day because today is the single largest day for appointments coming in that is set in Viva that we've ever had. So starting today, we started today with 41 appointments for today. in Viva. That is outstanding. That means instead of starting our days off at 0, across our region we have basically 1 appointment per store. So every store starting off at 1, essentially. Some have more than others, but I know the rest of you are going to pick it up and make sure that every day we're dialing all day long and getting those people in the pipeline and getting them into our system. So that 40 grows into 80, and that 80 grows into 100. And when the day will come, it's called filling the pipeline, where all of our appointments we continue to set, our days are going to fill up, and we're going to start our days at 50 and 60 and 70 instead of starting our days at 0. And that's super powerful. But today is the biggest accomplishment that we've seen so far, having 41 appointments in Viva. Super proud of you for that. The last portion is referrals. This is huge. T-Mobile gives away $50 to the person signing up, $50 to the person who referred them. That's huge. To talk about that with our customers, especially as we tie it to our customer experience surveys. Did you like what you came in today? And you like how you were taken care of? Great. Well, I'll tell you what. You're going to get a survey. Take it. It personally impacts me. If you are happy, please tell me you're happy. Please give me a 10. If you're not happy, then please tell me today so I can make that into a 10 for you, and I want to make sure that you tell your friends. Speaking of which, if you tell your friends, you get $50. If they come in and buy a phone from me, they get $50, and we'll all be in a good place. So, guys, work the whole process top to bottom. It's there for a reason. Operationally, we're great, but I want to make sure that everybody's getting paid like William Lee, that everybody's getting paid like James Wade, right? Those guys are making thousands of dollars a month in commission, and I want you to get the same pay. So I'll end on that note. Work the process. Trust the process. Get paid, get famous, do your thing. Let's rock it in January. Continue up your success. Continue getting better every single day. And I want to thank you for everything that you guys are doing out there. And I hope you have a wonderful day. And again, I'll talk to you here in a little bit. But thank you guys all so much for what you do. Have a great day, and I'll talk to you soon.